pass amidst the turbulent realm of the Jianghu, where clouds drift and waves surge. There was one who stepped down from the pinnacle of kingship to enter the tranquil gates of the Buddhist monastery. That man was once the Southern Emperor, a figure whose renown shook the land. A mere flutter of his imperial robes was enough to silence his entire court. For a lifetime, he sat upon the throne, watching the world transform like flowing water and drifting clouds. Then, in a single step, he cast aside all worldly splendor, allowing his being to sink into the rhythmic beat of the wooden fish drum within an ancient temple at the dead of night.
An ordinary man may forsake profit, yet rarely can he relinquish fame. Only an extraordinary figure, such as the Southern Emperor, could let go of both power and authority without harboring a single shred of resentment in his heart. Thus, the world reveres him, not merely for his peerless martial prowess. What commands even greater respect is the moment he chose to turn back, to seek enlightenment, while still standing at the very zenith of his power. To transform from a sovereign into Grandmaster Yaideng was no mere act of changing robes and assuming a new name. It was a definitive severance from the red dust of the mundane world, a profound exchange of worldly sorrow for spiritual awakening.
Amidst the myriad heroes of the realm, he was one of the rare few who had truly tasted the full spectrum of human glory and humiliation. Precisely because his life experiences ran so deep, his gaze grew ever more serene, and his words ever more profound.
He understood that in this mortal realm, the most formidable adversary to conquer is not the external foe. The most difficult thing to overcome is, in fact, the restless delusions harbored within one's own heart.
In his days as the Southern Emperor, he governed the nation with authority, ensuring peace for his subjects and safeguarding the borders against the winds of war.
Later, as Grandmaster Yaideng, he guided others with compassion, holding aloft a lamp of the heart to illuminate the darkness of delusion.
One was the power of the mortal world, the other was the boundless compassion of the Buddhist path. These two shores, seemingly separated by 10,000 miles, were within his very being, harmonized into a noble and transcendent character rarely seen in this world. His martial arts were profound and subtle, yet devoid of any trace of brutality.
In his hands, the one-finger Zen technique was akin to a solitary ray of light, piercing the long night,
capable of both saving lives and dispelling evil. A single pointed finger, though not resounding like thunder,
still strikes terror into the heart of any adversary. A single breath drawn, though not surging like a tidal wave, that internal force that penetrates deep into the very marrow of one's bones. True strength lies not in ostentatious display, rather true strength resides in a profundity as deep as an abyss,
tranquil on the surface, yet unfathomable in its depths. Standing amidst the Jianghu, a world rife with grievances and vendettas, he resembles an ancient pine tree, having weathered countless seasons of frost and snow. Its branches remain evergreen. Storms and tempest may sweep past him, stirring nothing more than the folds of his cassock. They fail entirely to stir the tranquility of his heart.
others, driven by the urge to win or lose, forge lifelong enmities. He, however, understands that triumphing over others is not the ultimate victory. Only by conquering oneself does one attain the true realm of spiritual cultivation. Having tasted the full measure of suffering, his heart draws ever closer to the virtue of compassion. Having passed through countless moments of regret, the words he speaks now carry the weight of 1,000 tons. In the company of the younger generation, figures such as Yango, the figure of Grandmaster Yiding, shines all the more brightly, embodying the noble bearing of a revered elder. There is no need for him to raise his voice in admonition. A mere glance from his eyes is enough to quell even the most impetuous and agitated of hearts. Thus, the Southern Emperor is not merely a martial arts master of peerless skill, but a figure who has woven the entirety of his life into a gatha, a spiritual verse intended to awaken the world. The aura of kingship within him has never truly faded. It has simply settled into an expression of gentle benevolence, much like the soft glow of the late afternoon sun bathing an ancient mountain peak. As this chapter draws to a close, let me offer a final thought. The Southern Emperor commands our respect, not solely because he once stood at the pinnacle of power, but because he knew when to turn back, taking the lamp of Zen enlightenment to illuminate the remainder of his journey through life.